Welcome inside the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com. I'm Ryan LaFay, alongside Dennis Papadatos, the head coach of the Hofstra Wrestling Program. Coach, the EIWA Championships this upcoming weekend. Just really walk us through how you've been preparing for it and really what the mindset is heading into these championships.
I'm preparing the same way as always, just a lot more low-key, a lot more feel-good. You know, last week we had a pretty good week. Short, but I don't want to say hard because hard is not the right word, but there was definitely times of intensity just to kind of replicate the EIWA tournament. And then this week is, you know, a lot more low-key, a little bit of structure, just because guys need structure. In fact, I noticed when I start taking structure away, we've done it for so long, a lot of guys are like, can you actually put us through today? Can you? So some days when I tell them, hey, we're on our own today, they'll be like, no, can you put us through a drill? So I'm trying to keep them along, make sure their weights stay good, but trying to give them freedom, trying to make their body feel well. You know, and that's what we're doing a lot of. So actually today is going to be probably the lightest day of the week. We may do nothing but play games actually today, and then get Thursday and Friday, get our mind completely ready and start really get our weight, you know, down for competing on Saturday.
And the allocations were released a week ago, and it's up to 51 now spots. Do you think that's a fair measure for putting people into the NCAA championships? Do you think that certain weight classes deserve the 7, deserve the 3 allocations in your mind?
I mean, obviously, here's the great thing about our sport and the great thing about the allocations. It is a math equation. If you, like they have the math equation, if you are one of the, if the math equation says you're top 28, it's not, they take people's opinions because the Division I coaching rank goes into play, which goes across the country, but so does your RPI and so does your win percentage. So you can't fake to be good enough to qualify for the NCAA tournament. It's like if you wrestle the easiest schedule in the world and your RPI is going to stink and your coaching rank is going to stink, and even if you're undefeated, you're still not going to qualify the weight. So there's no way to fake it. If you qualify the weight, then you're good, which means that we have 51 guys that deserve to qualify the weight. Of the 330 in the whole country are in our conference, and we probably have numerous, because I know one of our guys were barely missed not qualifying the weight for the conference. You're talking hundreds of a point. So yeah, it's absolutely a fair measure, and it's, you know, it's a testament to how strong our conference is in East Coast wrestling and you know, the prestigious programs in our conference.
And in your mind, anybody really in the wrestling room right now in great form these past couple of weeks that you think they can possibly pull some, I guess, upsets, if you want to call it, in this EIWA championships and get a high seed going into the NCAA championship?
I mean, you plan for everybody. To be honest, we look good. You know, like we seem to be limited injuries. We are definitely no more injured than anyone else is at this point. In fact, we're probably less. We're, you know, knock on wood, we're pretty healthy. So, and guys seem to be in the right mindset. It's hard to tell, you know, until you get out there, but things seem to be going right, that guys should be, you know, up to try to make a run. You know, guys that are seeded or qualified to wait for us for the conference, we expect them to not get upset and compete to their ability and above, and we expect other guys to come in swinging. And, you know, as I told a lot of those guys, you have something in your favor. You have no expectation from others. You can be the underdog, and underdog can be fun sometimes, you know what I mean? We don't want to be underdog forever, but we have the opportunity that, you know, a lot of guys, like, you can be the underdog and you can be take it for granted, you can be taken lightly. You don't know who else is hurt. You don't know who's ranked 3rd in the country that qualified the weight that's struggling in there with a torn labrum in the shoulder. I don't know if anyone is, but you may draw him first round, and now you're in the quarterfinals because that guy is just trying to get through the tournament to get in, you know what I mean, to get to the national tournament. Because if you don't wrestle in the conference tournament, you can't wrestle at nationals. So if a guy's really hurt, they're going to enter and hope that they can get through it. And if they don't, then medically forfeit and hope to get the at-large bid, which they usually do if they had that type of season. So you don't know if anyone else is hurt like that. So go out there and be prepared.
And finally, Coach, the NCAA tournaments and championships, in 2 weeks they'll be at Madison Square Garden, hosted by Hofstra University. In that tournament, do you think anybody on this team really stands out that can make a possibly a deep run in that championship?
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, I think there's, you know, about 3 guys that are showed they can, and I don't want to name anyone out in particular, but, you know, some Long Island guys. I mean, Mike Hughes has been strong and steady, you know, whole year, so we have big hopes for him. But, you know, we're trying not to think about it. You talk about the NCAAs, it's what's important, but we still got to get through the EIWA this weekend, and then we'll deal with the NCAAs. But it is nice that it's in our backyard with the whole school. It's great publicity for the program. I mean, wrestling's in the world's greatest arena, and that's a testament for where our sport has come, you know, with every session gonna be on ESPN, so it's, you know, one of the ESPN affiliates, between ESPN, ESPN2, and ESPN3, I believe. So it's a big deal, it's great to be host, but to answer your question, yes, we have very high expectations for the Nationals. But no, we have not really discussed them too much yet, just because we want to focus on guys doing what they need to do at the IWA tournament. One, to make sure they get there, and two, for hopefully seeds at the national tournament. You know, to make sure you get seeds to make your road a little easier. But we'll play whatever cards are dealt to us.
Dennis Papadatos, head coach of the Hofstra Wrestling Program. Coach, thanks for your time.
Appreciate it. It's always a fun time in March. You know, it's March Madness. I feel it in the air with your, you know, very spring shirt. We're ready to go.
Thank you for watching the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com.